Well, hello, YouTube. Happy Friday. It is so good to see all of you tonight. Please don't look too close on my hair. I know it's a mess. I don't want to scare anybody. So just right now it is what it is. It wants to do its own thing. So it's just going whichever direction it wants to. So I know Goat Lover popped in earlier to say hello. Let's see who else is here tonight. PA ladies here. It's good to see you. Welcome again. I think it's Kawillis. I can't. My glasses are giving me an issue, but I am so glad that you found my channel, and I really hope that you stick around and enjoy the companionship that we have here. And I know Sheila, one of my mighty mods, is in the house. It's always good to have you here. Let's see who Linda Farrow's here. Stephanie Barsick is here. I'm doing okay. Hey, Cold War preppers in the house. I am so glad to see you. I know I've been MIA for a few weeks, but there's been a lot going on. So, and I'll catch everyone up here in a few minutes. Cindy Upton's here. It's good to see you. Amanda Campbell. I'm glad you could make it. Tracy Muckenfuss. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad you could make it. Robbie Anderson's in the house. Hello, Lori. It's good to see you. Uncle Al's here, so we're gonna have a great group tonight. Looks like all the cool kids are in the house, so I am glad to see everyone here tonight. And my friend Jackie's in the house. I miss you guys so much. I want to come back to work so bad. Katie's here. Lisa B's here. We're from all over, so I'll give people a few minutes to pop in before I start with the update. So it's still been warm here in Florida this week. It did rain for a little bit today though, so let me know what it's like in your neck of the woods. Hey, Avogadro. I hope I said that right. And all the way from the UK. That is awesome. Hey, Lisa. So yeah, let me know what the weather is. And by the way, make sure to keep California in your prayers because they are gonna be getting hit so hard by this hurricane. It has been so long for them since they have had one. So Uncle Al, please stay safe out there. I know you're pretty well set, but keep us posted on how everything is doing. Hey, Sassy Gal Prepping's here. So and I know it's also for a lot of people is back to school week. So let me know how your back to school week went, and if you're already back in school, if everything's adjusting okay. Hey, Dee Dee, welcome. I've missed you guys too. Oh, I am so sorry to hear that. We will definitely be keeping you in our prayers, Dee Dee. So make sure to put her on your prayer list and keep her in your prayers. We hope you feel better soon. Let's see. Um, hey, Glenn's here. Is always good to see you, Glenn. I don't even know what the temperature here is just now. We did have a storm come through earlier, so I don't think it's quite as hot as what it was. So yeah, it dropped the temp down to 79 here. So that's actually pretty good. Hey, Shannon Case here. Um, all right, so it looks like we got quite a few people here. So I may end up having to repeat some things, but we'll get going here. So you all know a few weeks ago I started not feeling good. I had a really nasty bug. Hey, Carrie's Culinary Crafts. I'm glad you can make it. So, well, what I thought was a nasty bug. So I would just I was really tired. I couldn't eat anything. Really, I pretty much slept, and I went from my recliner down to my bed and back to my recliner again for over 2 weeks. So I had a scheduled home health nurse visit. So she came out. She started her assessment. She told me I really needed to call 911. I said, absolutely not. Hey Pamela, I'm glad you can make it. So I had at this point I already had 7 ambulance bills for this year alone. I was not going to call them again. Finally, she called the head nurse, who told her that she had to call 911, that I had to go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital. They ran some lab work, and my potassium level was through the roof. Everyone kept saying they had never seen potassium levels as high as mine before. So I found myself being rushed to intervention radiology for them to put a dialysis port in my neck for a dialysis treatment so they could flush some of that potassium out of my system. I told my doctor I would do it once. He pretty much promised me he was sure that was all I would need. So I said I would do one treatment. So I did the one treatment. That actually did the trick. So my potassium came down, things kicked in and mostly started working. So when I first got to the hospital, I was actually in acute kidney failure. So I only have one kidney, and we realized that there was some kind of bacteria in my system that was blocking the kidney and keeping it from working. So they hit it with some strong antibiotics to jumpstart my kidneys. That started working again. The potassium level came down. We ran a lot of blood work. I was actually put in isolation because they found out that you could pass this bacteria onto another person. It's really hard to. I mean, you would like have to touch something, pretty much something soiled, with your bare hands in order to catch it, but they still had to put me in isolation. That was protocols. So, hey, Chris is here. Welcome. So, y- I was in the hospital almost over a week. During that week, I realized that my insurance had run out. I had filed papers to reinstate my disability benefits because I was working for a while. So they said I made too much money and my benefits ended. I had Medicare right up until last week. Last week, my Medicare ended. So I had no insurance except for Medicaid. So I was in a real pickle because they wanted to send me home, but they couldn't send me home without home health care coming in to help me, because at that point I was pretty weak. So worked they were trying to work it out to get it through. They couldn't get anything through, so their only option was to just release me and let me go home and try to take care of myself. In the meantime, I had a second infectious disease doctor look over this bacteria that has been in my system. I was actually born with this bacteria. I battled it all of my life. It would show up, they'd run antibiotics, it would go away for a couple years, and then it would come back a little bit stronger. They'd hit it a little bit harder and go away for a couple years, and then it'd come back. Well, now it's coming back faster and harder each time. I had just finished a 6-week round of two different antibiotics. and it was less than 2 months, and it had already come back and sent me into acute kidney failure. So, I had a long talk with the doctor. I was at the hospital where I had previously worked as a chaplain. My old manager was still in charge of chaplaincy services, so I had him he came right up to my room and spent a long time with me. He was actually still there when the doctor came back in with some more bad news. So we found out that really this with this bacteria, antibiotics just was the antibiotics was actually making it worse. It's like it was making the bacteria angry each time and it would attack me harder and faster each time. So after talking with my friend and the doctor, this is harder than I thought it would be. I've decided to come home with hospice care. My body's breaking down, my bones are starting to break. My heel bone is still broken and hurts without the air boot on it. Just this year alone, I've had 2 spine surgeries, a broken heel bone, acute kidney failure, and emergency dialysis, and I think my body is really tired of fighting. So I've had a lot of people in and out this week. I'm officially admitted into hospice care. So they brought a hospital bed out. I actually have that set up in the living room, so that's where my TV and laptop is. I can see who's coming to the door, and I can get to the things I need to get easier. They brought me out a wheelchair and a bedside tray table. And I think I pretty much had everything else I needed in place already. So right now, this is actually a good thing. I will have an aide come in 5 days a week to help me with showers, help me with the chores around the house that I can't do, like vacuuming, and help me with the laundry so it's not quite so many trips up and down the steps with me for me and just to help me with what I need. I will have nurses coming in and out, nurses at my beck and call 24/7. All I have to do is call and they will send someone out. I actually had the pain medicines that were keeping me going taken away by the new doctor I was starting to go to. They have since given me those pain medicines back, which is going to help me immensely. So, um, yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around everything. So it's still a little hard for me yet. He's been welcome. So I want y'all to know that I'm not giving up. It's just that my fight is going in a different direction. And my fight is to stay away from the hospitals and nursing homes and to be in my own home where I am more comfortable. So that is the direction that my fight has now taken. And I'm gonna fight that as long as I possibly can. So I want you guys to know that. I want you to know that as long as I'm able to, I'm still gonna do cooking videos. I'm still I might not be doing big elaborate meals, it may be as simple meals, but as I'm up to it, I will still be doing cooking videos. And I want to bring you all along on this journey with me. So I know there's a lot of misunderstanding and confusion about who hospice is, what they do, when to call them. So I'm going to bring you guys along with me on this journey because I don't think I could do it without each and every one of you. Hey, Tamara, welcome. It's good to see you. So yeah, that is the decision I wanted to share with all of you since we've had some new people coming in. And just know that I am in hospice care. They are actually going to take really good care of me. They're already adjusting my medications. My blood pressure, if you can imagine, has been through the roof the last couple of days because of all the stress and everything happening. So they've already sent me medication to bring my blood pressure down. They've given me back the sleeping pill that I know that works for me and added a couple other things because I've not slept the last 3 nights, as I'm sure you can all imagine. So yeah, I'm just kind of still in shock. Everything happened so fast. One minute I was in the hospital and the next minute I was home talking with one of the admitting hospice nurses. So I'm still trying to wrap my head around everything. But yeah, so far everything's been great. Um, actually, uh, that, that is one of my coworkers calling, so I will call her back as soon as our live show goes off. But yeah, so Jackie, if you're still here, that was actually Carolyn calling. So yeah, I'll call her back as soon as the live show's over. But yeah, I just want you to know that you guys are what's kept me going even this long. I went through so much the first of the year that without you guys I would have given up before now. So you're still gonna be a big part of my life. Come on in. Um and I'm gonna have to kind of close this out a bit. I think someone is at my door and I'm having phone calls, but yeah, I just want to share with you guys what's going on. I'm not sure if someone waved at me. I guess they were just walking by. So yeah, I am going to fight as much as I can. I really am. Yes, Jackie, I know. So I just want you guys to know that I love each and every one of you. So Uh, Jackie, actually, Carolyn just walked in. So yeah, guys, I will end this. We will have our regular live stream on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. I will give you guys more details. I will be doing daily video vlogs and bring you along on the journey with me. So just know that I love each and every one of you, and you guys mean everything. So I hope you have a great weekend. And don't forget to go over to Alaska Prepper's live stream. His starts in little over half an hour. So maybe I'll see you guys there and we'll chat some more. So I will end this by saying be safe, be happy, be blessed, and I will see you all on the next video. Bye. YouTube.